Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. We got an episode for you guys today that you definitely want to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel now. Let's get to this damn Nick Wright. Yesterday, close from work, just kind of combing through the internet, watching various videos. Then a video was suggested to me from First Things First. And in that show, they were actually reacting to the comments that Charles Barkley made on NBA on TNT, basically where he was complaining about the fact that they have to continuously talk about the Lakers when they're a very bad team. They're the number 12 seed in the Western Conference. He said there's no other 12 seed in the entire NBA that we discussed this much as the Los Angeles Lakers. So that's the backdrop of the conversation. And essentially what Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Wiles were doing was they were essentially reacting to what Charles Barkley had to say. So when it was their time to talk, Nick, of course, went first, and I was listening. And Nick proceeded to say one of the most embarrassing things in terms of NBA takes that I've probably heard him say all year long. So for those of you who didn't hear exactly what Nick Wright had to say, we want to play it for you now, and then we'll come back and react to it. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Listen, he has a point, but he also it'd be one thing if the Lakers were this bad and not interesting. I don't think they're not interesting. I did at the beginning of the year. They were just a bad, uninteresting team that had star names who were not playing at star levels. But now they are, to me, super interesting because of this. It's not just that LeBron is rewriting the record book every single night for what a guy can do in year 20. We're numb to the fact that this guy last night, what did I say he had? 33, 9, and 9, and was dominant, by the way, on both ends, the Tatum game-winning basket notwithstanding. LeBron once again finds himself in a position where the team can't survive the minutes without him. The Lakers, in his 43 minutes last night, were plus 10. In the 10 minutes he sat, they were minus 14. Felt like the bad Cavs teams of a few years ago after Kyrie left. But the Lakers are interesting, Greg, because they might have the best top two in the league. And they can't win because of total organizational malpractice by the front office. To have Anthony Davis playing the best ball of his life, LeBron averaging 27, 9, and 7. Greg, LeBron and AD are averaging on the season 55, 20, and 10. Seems good. And AD might be the defensive player of the year. And they can't win games because it's Troy Brown Jr. and Patrick Beverley. And Austin Reeves is like, oh, thank God Austin Reeves is in the game. Like, Austin Reeves is the 9th man on a championship team. I know. And for the Lakers, it's like, I think he's their 4th best player, and I don't even think it's an argument. Yeah. And so to me, they are interesting, Wilds, but it's frustrating as to why they're interesting.
Nick Wright actually said that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are the best 1-2 punch in the NBA. First of all, before I even dissect that, let me tell you what Nick is trying to do. Nick is trying to create an environment in which people believe that LeBron is one of the 5, 10 best players in the league. That's the reason he said that. Because if you say this is the number 1-2 punch in the entire NBA, automatically people will hear that and say, well, this must mean that these two people have to be at least one of the 5 or 10 best players in the entire world. And that's what he was aiming to do with that statement. Now let's address the sheer madness of that statement. He said that the Lakers can barely stay afloat when LeBron isn't there. Then how are they able to go on a 5-1 run during his absence? Why were they having problems winning games, especially late in games, when he came back, when he was shooting such a terrible percentage from the 3-point line and hurting his team down the line, towards the end of the games? Why is that the case, Nick? If they weren't able to survive with him, How come in so many occasions you see him hurting the team? That's the first thing. The second thing was when I initially heard him say that AD and LeBron are the best 1-2 punch in the NBA, what I decided to do was I put up a poll. We put up a poll on the channel and we asked the question, what's the best 1-2 punch in the NBA right now? We put Kyrie and Kevin Durant. We put LeBron and AD. We put Kawhi and Paul George. We put Zion Williamson and CJ McCollum because Ingram has been hurt as of late. And we put Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Of the 7,200 people that have voted so far, and obviously there's going to be more by the time you guys see this show, make sure you go ahead and cast your vote. 61% of them said that is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And given the fact that they also have the best record in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, in the Boston Celtics, it would make obvious sense. But then I started reading through the comments. And one of our viewers, one of the people that interacted with that poll said, he put that up there, talking about me, he put that up there, I'm sure, for shock value. I put that up there to give you guys a taste of what Nick Wright thinks when it comes to basketball. That wasn't my opinion. That was his. So if you think that opinion was put up there, or those two names were put up there for shock value, then what exactly was Nick Wright doing when he said that? That's not my opinion. That's his opinion. And I put it up there for a larger audience to see. And I just didn't disclose the fact that that's what Nick thinks, that LeBron and AD are the 1-2 punch. What Nick likes to do, and people like him, is they like to propagate propaganda. LeBron propaganda. He said that. No one on the panel said, wait a minute, how are they the 1-2 punch? And when that happens enough, when you keep saying these things and they don't get checked, all of a sudden it becomes reality. I'm sure there were a good amount of people that were watching that segment and said, yeah, it's true. No, it's not. No, it's not. And there's a staggering stat that I was able to unearth that I'm going to cover in another show today that you guys definitely want to stick around for, where we address this thing a little bit further. But to me, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you say that? How are they the best one? If they're the best 1-2 punch, why don't they have better results? Why? You look at all the other 1-2 punches, they have winning records. Kyrie and KD, they have a winning record. If I'm not mistaken, if I pull up the NBA standings right now, I believe that all of those guys on those teams, if you look at the Brooklyn Nets, they're the number 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. If you look at the New Orleans Pelicans, they're the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Then if you look at who's another duo that we have up there, you have Kawhi and Paul George. Even though Kawhi has been in and out of they're at least a 6 seed in the Western Conference. Who else do we have up there? And then of course we have LeBron and AD, and they're the number 12 seed. So and they're 5 games below. 5 games below 500. So what would make you say that? As ridiculous as it sounds to some of you watching, that's what Nick said. And there's some people that will listen to that and say, well, because he must be wearing a suit, he must be very intelligent. Of course, this is a profound statement. This is what y'all getting on the daily. These are my thoughts and opinions. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.